Hi you guys, welcome back. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about the healing power of trees. So stay tuned. Anyone out there who has taken a walk in nature understands the power of nature over us to help us to maintain a calm and peaceful outlook. Nature is such a healing thing for us humans, especially those of us like me who live within the city and who work in front of a computer for 8 or more hours each and every day. So there are all these things kind of working against our natural desire and need to be outside amongst the fresh air, the birds, the wind, and just the feeling of the earth on our feet. So many of us just miss out on that altogether. Now, in this particular video, though, I want to talk specifically about the healing power of trees. Trees have this healing presence about them. The green leaves in all different shades. The color green itself is healing as you receive it into your consciousness. As you are among trees, you can breathe deeply and feel how fresh the air is as it enters your lungs. Trees are not only homes to animals, and they're there to help, to give us the fresh air that we breathe each and every day, but the energy of trees can also be healing in and of itself. So shamans and just spiritual people all around the world already know the healing power of trees simply by being in the tree's presence and actually feeling and, really being with the presence of each being that is each tree that you come into contact with. Even the ancient Druids believed that trees were not only trees, but that they were actual beings like you and me who have their very own soul. And the Druids even believed that the different types of trees were kind of like a social class, but amongst the trees in nature, with, of course, the mighty oak tree being at the highest level of this social tree classes, I guess you could say. But anyway, trees are definitely known for their ability to make us feel better, to make us feel whole, to make us calm ourselves if we need to be calmed, to help us to let things go if we need to let things go. So there are some very simple ways that you can use a tree that is just in your yard to reap some healing benefits from the trees. So I just want to go over a few examples of what you can do at home to receive healing energy from your trees. My first suggestion to receive this healing energy from the trees that you may have in your yard is simply to go sit under your tree. I would recommend going barefoot and just connecting with the earth as much as possible while practicing this. But even if you want to sit in a chair rather than on the ground or something like that, just bring your chair under your tree and sit there to read a book or just to meditate in nature and see what it does for you. Because your energy will then be interacting with the aura of the tree's energy as well. And so that interaction is going to boost your mood and is going to make your experience a better one. And another tip would be just to go for a walk in nature and experience all the other trees that are out in your neighborhood as well. And, look up at the trees and look at how they sprawl up into the sky. At least from our perspective, they're just so tall and grand in a lot of cases. So take a walk around the neighborhood, interact with other trees. You can sit under your tree and meditate, or you can read a book. There are so many ways that you can receive this healing energy from trees. Now, another thing that you could do is called forest bathing. If you have a park in your area, which I know I have a couple of parks in my area here in Des Moines, Iowa. And so there are some different options that I have there where I can go and actually walk amongst the trees in the forest. And so if you have a similar type of park or place that you can go that is in nature, I would recommend just going for a walk in that area and connecting even deeper in nature. Just kind of do a walking meditation where you're very quiet and receptive to all of the noises, the smells, and the sounds all around you, and the sights, and all the animals and everything. But forest bathing is very therapeutic if it's done correctly. And I actually want to do a whole nother video all about forest bathing. So if you're interested in the subject, be sure that you are subscribed by clicking the subscribe down below. And once you've subscribed, just click that bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload new videos. That way you won't miss it. This maple tree in my front yard is my absolute favorite tree to play under with my nieces. They love to play fairy games under this beautiful maple tree. And we just run around and use our imagination. But either way, this tree and, all of the games that we play in the tree, it really adds to the magic of the whole situation. But no matter how my day is going, if we play under this tree, nothing else matters. It is literally so much fun. Even though I live in the city, I actually am fortunate enough to have some beautiful large trees in my very own yard. I have 3 large oak trees and even some evergreen trees in my backyard. And I have a very big maple tree and a pine tree in my front yard as well. These trees are honestly my favorite thing about my entire property. I really honestly love my home, and those trees actually add to the love that I feel for my home, if you know what I mean. The trees in the land actually add not only their grand stature and just their presence, but it's the energy that they hold as well. In 2020, when the derecho hit us here in Des Moines, Iowa, we actually had a tree that fell in our backyard. And if you remember, I did post a video all about that 2020 derecho. And if you're interested, I'll be sure to link it up above for you. But anyways, when that tree fell down, I was working in the office that day. And I received a text message from Neil with a picture of our tree fallen in the backyard. It bothered me so much, and I just couldn't wait to get home to see what had happened and all of that. So what I didn't know was exactly how it would feel when I was in the presence of all of the other trees. Oh my gosh, you guys. And it might sound crazy, but I know exactly how it felt. So I'm the one who's just sharing my experience with you guys. But as soon as I got home, I went out into the deck onto my deck in the backyard to look at the tree. And lo and behold, there it was. My giant towering pine tree was laying lifeless in the yard. And it literally broke my heart. And right away, as soon as I saw the tree lying there like that in person, the next thing that I knew, I was like overwhelmed with emotion. And all I can say to explain it is that I felt as though I literally was feeling the emotions from the other trees in the yard, from the other 3 oak trees, as well as the other 2 pine trees in my backyard, at least. So I felt this overwhelming sadness, and it almost felt like a community sadness. And I really don't know how to explain that other than I just knew. I just knew it was like literally I was feeling these emotions from the trees. And oh my God, why am I feeling like I have to cry again while I think about it? Hold on. Okay. So anyway, I was standing there on my deck looking at the tree. I was bawling my eyes out, just bawling and bawling uncontrollably from these emotions that I just knew were coming from all of the other trees. And then I began to feel even more heartbroken because I was sharing their loss with them. Anyway, we decided to go ahead, once we cleaned up that derecho tree, we still have not cut down what is left because, it's a pine tree, it's evergreen, so therefore the bottom half is still alive. So we've kept half of a tree in our backyard, and we'll either keep it like this or possibly hire someone to carve a totem pole or some type of art into the tall stump. I'm not real sure what I want to do with it yet. I don't know. What would you guys do about it? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think we should do. You guys, after sharing that emotional experience with the trees in my backyard, it's like I received so much love from them right in that moment as I was crying and sharing in their grief. It's like when I gave to the trees, they gave back tenfold, if you know what I mean. So whatever time that you can spend with your trees, it is going to give back to you in so many ways. But the ways that it gives back to you is energetically, and it's through that healing energy that you receive, as long as you take the time to understand that you're receiving it.